Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gentleman's Podcast. And today we have with us
Luke Blair.
Brandon Denny.
and Isaac Spencer.
And today we'll be discussing British versus Hollywood film. The films I am discussing are Legend, directed by Brian Helgeland, and Deadpool, directed by Tim Miller.
My British film is James Bond Spectre, which is directed by Sam Mendes. That came out in October 26, 2015. My Hollywood film is Goodfellas, directed by Martin Scorsese. That was released September 1990.
And I'm going to be discussing Jungle Book that came out April 15th, 2016. And the British film 28 Days Later, which came out November the 1st, 2002.
So we've got a good range of films here then.
Yeah.
Yep, indeed.
So first we'll be discussing the technologies of film production in both British and American films.
And talk about what technology has been used.
Well, in Legend, Tom Hardy plays both the main characters, so they use a split screen, which has been used for many years, and most scenes were filmed twice.
Okay, well in Jungle Book, they used a lot of CGI and heavily relied on it. All the cast were CGI characters except for the main actor, which was played by Little Boy, of course. The Jungle Book as well used pre-visualization techniques that make the film look, including camera moves, motion capture performances and set designs as well. The sets were sketched out beforehand before the filming even begun.
Well, in Goodfellas, my Hollywood film, the scene where Henry Hill is played by Ray Liotta, when him and his girlfriend were walking through the restaurant, through like a secret way to get in faster, he was using a Steadicam as they was walking down like the hallway, which took him 7 takes, which is not that bad. Which the Steadicam was introduced into the film industry in 1975.
Yeah, so you sort of picked like an older film, so you can...
Yeah, it was hard to compare in both scenes. That came out in 1990 and Spectre came out in 2015.
Like, I've picked quite recent film, because Deadpool, it was obviously like earlier this year, and that has used a lot of CGI, because like they had whole characters that were fully CGI, which reflects on the budget as well.
Yeah.
Because I think Legend only used 30 million and Deadpool had a budget of 58 million. So you can sort of see the difference between British and American films there.
Mm. Well, talking about budgets, Goodfellas that came out in 1990, that was like a long time ago, it had a budget of $25 million, which is quite a lot back in the day. But nowadays, like Spectre came out in 2015, they had a budget of $245 million. So that just shows over time the budgets just increasing. But Goodfellas didn't really have any CGI at all. Just the special effects for when people got shot, like in the foot and stuff like that. But now, like in Spectre, there's tons of explosions, cars getting blown up, crashes, everything. So that's probably why the budget is a lot more. But Spectre made box office of $880 million, and Goodfellas made a profit of $6.8 million.
Yeah. It's like that with 28 Days Later. Like, it only had a budget of $8 million. But then again, it got 800, my bad for that, $82.7 million from the box office. But if you compare that to Jungle Book, that because of the CGI and how much money was put into it, that rose $684.8 million in the box office. From only a budget of 175, so it shows a difference in extent put into the movies.
I don't have the exact figures, but Deadpool actually cost less than all of the X-Men films and Iron Man and Avengers to make. But it also brought in quite a lot of money for Marvel, and obviously Marvel's a big American company, so they have the larger budgets to make bigger films.
Right then, for the CGI as well, used in Hollywood, they have a higher budget, don't they, compared to British films?
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance...
Yeah, you could say that
What's that?
you're sort of like dependent on Hollywood is kind of dependent on CGI nowadays.
Well, it's more appealing to kids these days, isn't it? So they're trying to get more.
Well, you could do a lot more with CGI because you can like create whole characters like you do in Deadpool. You can do just loads more than what they could do with standard practical effects.
Yeah, and it looks real as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks
as
real.
well, since all they use is like a studio.
Yeah.
Like, that's where Jungle Book's set. Whereas 28 Days Later, that was set in London, and they had to like close streets down. So it shows the cost difference, and that Jungle Book had much more time as well on their hands to get their filming done.
Because I think if something like Goodfellas would be made today, could use a whole lot more CGI
Yeah.
than what actually is used, because I'm pretty sure they use mostly practical effects, which sort of shows how things have changed over the past couple of years.
Well, in James Bond Spectre, the MI6 building that was used in like Skyfall and that, at the end it got rigged, fully blown up in the movie. Spoiler alert, sorry.
Too late.
I think half of it was CGI and some of it they actually rigged a proper building for it, to get like a real effect. But some of it had to be CGI because it was a massive explosion.
What about 3D? Did that
Well, yeah.
make an effect?
I think when it first came out, 3D must have been like a big thing.
Yeah.
and-
Well, and that'll increase the budget
Yeah.
because you have to use like 3D cameras and stuff, won't you?
Yeah, but also they make more money for the film as
Yeah.
well, don't they? So in a way, it's also beneficial for them.
Well, it also in James Bond, there's a bit where James Bond's in the Aston Martin DB10, which was specially made for James Bond. He's getting
Nice.
chased by Hinks in the Jaguar, and he jumps out of the car and the car flips into the water. For that, they would have used like a ramp and some special effects. But in the film, they destroyed 7 Aston Martins, which I think came up, all the cars that crashed came up to a budget of $24 million, which is a lot.
Might as well just buy me a car.
Yeah.
Well, I think there is a rivalry between British and American films, because on like some research that I did, I found that the average American score for a British film is normally about 5 out of 10,
Yeah.
and on the opposite side, the average British critique score for an American film is 6.5 out of 10. And across all films, British films get a higher audience rating than American ones broadly. Audiences and critics agree on the quality of film, so I think British may have better quality sometimes.
Yeah, like with 28 Days Later, they don't rely on any CGI at all,
Yeah.
pretty much. It's all old-fashioned makeup. So it just shows that they don't need to rely on it, and
Yeah.
it's proven that they don't need CGI to make an actual good quality film.
No.
Well, it depends what genre. If it's like a action-packed film, then
You're gonna need some-
Yeah,
Yeah.
some CGI is needed.
But saying that, Goodfellas is quite action-packed and it's a classic film, and that normally relies on practical effects.
Yeah, it's about like gangsters. Back in the day, they just had like a revolver and a suit basically on it. So
Back in the day, gangsters.
yeah.
Feels good to
But like in James Bond, which is like now it's not a gangster movie, but there's all like gadgets and things exploding. That's kind of part of the James Bond franchise.
But I think, going back to the budgets, I think if you had a higher budget like Deadpool does, you can film a lot more quicker, because Deadpool was actually filmed and produced in like 48 days. So I think because of the budget of 58 even million, they could hire more people to film quicker and do the
Yeah.
CGI quicker. Like, I'm guessing it's the same with Jungle Book.
Yeah.
We could probably get a lot more people on to film.
So should we get onto distribution and exhibition of films?
Okay.
Well, what is meant by distribution and exhibition? Well, basically, a company like Warner Brothers, they produce the film, make it, and then distribute it, and then like say Odeon Cinemas or Warner Video Cinemas, they exhibition it in the cinemas, so people can go watch it.
Yeah.
That's like an open thing. So like Warner Bros. Pictures, they'll produce it. Warner Home Video distribute it, and then Warner Village Cinemas, they can exhibition it. But like in Spectre, the British company was Eon Productions, so I think because they had a big budget, they'd probably have their own distributing company and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think it might be different with the James Bond film, but with my British film Legend, with Tom Hardy in, it was only distributed around England and Europe, and that was probably because it was set in London and about London gangsters. And I think if you asked people in different countries like America about the Curry twins, I doubt they'd understand who they were and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's why it didn't have as big of distribution as Deadpool, which was worldwide, Because I'm guessing that's because Marvel fans are all around the world.
Also, like when they did exhibition in it, the cinemas need to, well, and the companies need to figure out a way of advertising it. It's like if you have like a billboard on a bus or something, or at a bus stop, you know,
Yeah.
in a
I get
a
what
takeaway
you
or
mean.
something.
I don't know if the listeners will get what you mean, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Good. So, like, what's the difference between the two? Like Hollywood and British exhibition and.
Well, I think
thingy?
Hollywood have a lot more money to put in, so they could do different
Yeah.
advertising campaigns.
And they can do much more.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, like the X-Men, they did multiple ones.
Yeah,
I'm sure they've done about 5 trailers.
Mm.
So pretty much.
and you can
once
do big
every month.
events as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Whereas
Brit-
the British, it's nowhere near as popular, is it?
No,
For the cost of
no.
money behind it.
Yeah.
They gotta be careful.
well, British films have a lower budget than
Yeah.
Hollywood, so they might not afford to have a good distributor. So I think that they have to go to smaller distributors, because it might not be within the budget. It's like the top distributors are like Warner Bros, Sony Pictures. They're good companies.
Is that like American film?
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly. Because I feel like in Britain there's like Film 4 and like producing companies like that,
Mm.
which make a couple of good films, and they get out there and they make a lot of money in England and not the rest of the world.
Yeah. So, film trends and styles. What is meant by the term film trend? Well, it's kind of in the name trend. The trend is like
Like what's happening and what's
Yeah, so far.
continuous to happen in different films, but seems
Yeah.
similar to the
so
first.
if like someone does a certain technique, like a director does a certain technique in a film, and it gets a good response. People think, oh, that's a good technique. That makes it good. Other directors might think, oh, I'll
Yeah.
take a.
For example,
yeah.
like James Cameron with Avatar.
Yeah.
Like Jungle Book used his examples for the film. So they get a lot of the ideas of creating, the realism of an actual world just from a set,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Mm. Well, you can bring intertextuality into it.
Yeah.
Like, if a director might think a scene in someone else's movie is like really good.
So so they use
You might-
it to
yeah.
inspire, don't they?
Yeah.
So would you say there is some trends that are common in British and Hollywood films, like some of them are connected?
Yeah.
Yeah, like with Hollywood, a lot of films are focusing on superheroes, aren't they?
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
like a big
Yeah.
thing over there.
And I'm sure there's probably a British superhero film coming,
It
hopefully.
wouldn't surprise me.
Well, that's a trend that's in the thing. Superhero films, like there's tons of
Yeah,
comic books
over
focused
like-
on different superheroes.
And now
it's more-
because people
more superhero
have witnessed what directors can do.
Yeah, over the last
wanna-
year, superhero films have become massive.
Yeah, and it's gonna keep on rising
Yeah.
now, and they're gonna milk it pretty much.
Well, they used to film in 35mm, so they're making the transition over to digital from 35mm. But Spectre, that came out last year, was actually filmed in 35mm, which is pretty interesting. But they're also making the transition to 4K from 1080p, so like the films will be more crispy and more clear.
Well, I don't know what like films like Legend was filmed on, but I know that they had to film every scene twice. Well, all the films that both main characters were in, because obviously there's only one actor playing them.
Yeah, because didn't they do it? Have
Yeah,
to retake the shots just for him to stand in
Yeah.
a different position. Yeah.
Also, R-rated comedies are a lot of films because they get people laughing, and people if someone watches a film, it makes them laugh a lot. They might suggest it to their friends. Oh, it's really funny. Blah blah blah.
And as well,
It's like pretty
Deadpool's
popular.
helped raise that a lot, and
Yeah.
They are
Deadpool
rated, yeah.
is the first R-rated movie to open at over 100 million at the US box office.
well,
in its
That's
first
got a bit of
weekend.
comedy in that, hasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like normal superheroes don't. Sometimes there's a bit of comedy, but this one's got quite a lot in it.
yeah.
Also, live action fairy tales. So like all the Disney films that were animated, like The Huntsman, Jungle Book, like Isaac shows, The Legend of Tarzan, they're all been made into proper movies. Which like target audiences, they'll probably be targeting it at younger kids, but actually it might be at
Yeah, I feel like
older people,
adults can
'cause, yeah, they
come
watch
back
it
to
when
it as a childhood and have
Yeah.
memories of watching the cartoons, and then would want to see like a live action.
yeah, because they used to watch it when they was younger and stuff, didn't they? So
Yeah, whereas the 28 Days Later, that target audience was mainly males and over 18, since, due to zombie elements.
Yeah.
yeah, it's more of
Well, saying that, recently zombies have come back and with
Yeah.
The Walking Dead, and that's attracted
Yeah.
to like very big audiences.
yeah. That's a new trend
Yeah.
as well. Trend that's come back.
But that's a TV show. We do not talk about TV shows on this podcast.
I'm sorry.
Films only.
God.
Have any of you seen Goodfellas or?
I've seen Goodfellas. I haven't
No.
got round to watching Spectre. I saw like the first 10 minutes and got a little bit bored.
Well, if you watch it through, there is some parts that are a bit boring, but when you watch past them, it's brilliant. Goodfellas is just a classic film.
Wasn't it like Daniel Craig's last Bond film or something?
Well, he said that's his last one, but on a talk show, he said he's actually going to do another one. Yeah, but he's not.
Money.
But didn't he say that he hated being Bond and stuff, and was like...
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something like
You
that.
can sort of see that since like his first film, which was Casino Royale, like Daniel Craig's acting's just got a bit like, oh, I can't be bothered now.
Yeah, it's probably due to be a new James Bond soon,
Yeah.
which is
So it's a little
rumoured
bit-
to be Tom Hiddleston actually, which is
Yeah, but there's also rumours about like Tom Hardy and
yeah, true.
there's other people. So have any of you seen Legend or Deadpool?
Well, I've
I've seen Deadpool.
I bought
It's a good
Legend.
film.
I need to watch Deadpool actually. I was going to watch it sometimes, but I bought Legend the film, but I just haven't got around to watching it.
You should watch it. It's a good British film.
Oh,
Yeah, British Pride. Yeah. Right. So we've all seen Deadpool then.
Yeah.
no, I ain't seen it yet.
Oh well.
Well,
Me
I was
and
gonna
Isaac will have a conversation on Deadpool.
Yeah, okay.
Feel free to input
I'll
though.
just turn my mic off.
Have you ever seen 127 Hours? Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I've seen it actually.
I haven't actually, but
Is
No.
it based on a true story?
Oh no. It's from Deadpool. It's a scene from Deadpool. You know, Luke.
oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, it took me a while. I
I
only
know,
watched it the
a
other
bit
night.
slow.
I need to rewatch it and get all the jokes soaked in so I can reference like all the time.
Talking about US and UK, a lot of US films are filmed over in the UK because there's some great scenery over here.
That it's cheaper.
Cheaper, yeah,
Yeah.
as well. But the UK used to have a brilliant film industry, but then it went kind of bad. But now so it's good again. Like Star Wars were filmed over at places like Shepperton Studios and Pinewood Studios, stuff like that.
Well, yeah, because Britain make good films and good high quality films, and I think the new Star Wars reflects that as well.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Since if it was
I
a
wasn't a
film,
fan.
yeah, what?
I wasn't a fan.
Well, I think you should get out.
Okay.
Why wasn't you a fan?
Yeah, what was on with the new Star Wars?
I've just never been a fan of the Star Wars, I'm going to be
Oh,
honest.
he's one of them kids, isn't it?
Are you a Star Trek fan?
No, I'm not.
Wow.
I'm just not a nerd fan.
Weirdo.
I just like good movies.
They are good.
Oh, that's
films.
you
If you just get rid of the prequels, they are a very good trilogy.
The prequels are good, but the
Those are not good.
the
No,
effects
because
are really good.
I actually didn't mind that Revenge of the Sith. I thought it pretty cool film.
See,
They're like 1, 2, and 3. The lightsabers look proper good, like really good CGI effects.
Yeah, but
Then you get-
everything's CGI.
Then you get to then number 4, 5, and 6, and the CGI is just rubbish. Like when the Star Destroyers get blown up, it's like what?
That was
what is that?
revolutionary for its time. That was all practical effects.
Yeah, but it was created. But now it's a bit crap.
It looks a bit outdated, but you could still enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I did enjoy it, but back then it was revolutionary. But now it's a bit like, oh, what is that?
It was filmed on such a low budget, and it's such a great film that I was stop laughing at me. I'm passionate
Fan at
about this.
heart.
Right. I used to watch this as a kid.
So, shall we call that a wrap?
Yeah, unless someone else has got anything to add.
If you look at the decade of films, they're based off different things. Like lately, films are based off superheroes, like we're
Yeah,
mentioning. But the 90s were based on like zombies and aliens.
And that
Weren't
sort of
they?
came back, but then never really.
Yeah.
It sort of went into TV more than it did film.
Well,
Yeah,
Alien
did
versus
more well.
Predators and all the aliens and stuff were like not done a while ago, but they're bringing like a new alien out, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
because
are.
they had Prometheus. That
Prometheus
was like a
was one of
prequel.
them.
Yeah. That wasn't a bad film,
It was alright, it wasn't as good as Star Wars.
Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah. Right, well,
Well,
is that a wrap?
Yep.
this
Well,
has been me, Brandon Denner.
I'm Luke Blair,
Isaac Spencer.
This has been the Gentleman's Podcast.
and thank you for listening.